everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. When you let your nuts hang.
Let your ears be attentive to the voice of my pleas for mercy. This is how Psalm 130 begins, and maybe you can relate.
Hey, what it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog. Yeah, we got Pastor David Easterwood out of St. Paul, Minnesota, where his personal information appears to match the David Easterwood identified in court filings as the acting director of I.C.E. St. Paul field office. Now, this Sunday, protesters from the Black Lives Matter in Minnesota interrupted the church service and were shouting ICE out and justice for Renee Good. Renee Good is the 37-year-old mother of three who was fatally shot by an ICE agent. And also, a 6-month-old baby was pepper sprayed by ICE agents. Now, these protesters pulled up to confront the pastor, and here is what happened.
ICE out! ICE out! ICE out!
The Department of Justice said it's investigating a group of protesters who disrupted a church service in Minnesota. Protesters allege that one of the church's pastors, David Easterwood, is a leader of the local ICE field office, according to the Associated Press.
Renee Good!
That office is overseeing operations that have involved violent tactics and alleged illegal arrests. Video was posted on the Facebook page of Black Lives Matter Minnesota, one of the organisers of the protests. It's unclear if Easterwood was at this Sunday service. The website of City's Church, which is based in St. Paul, lists David Easterwood as a pastor. His personal details also appear to match the court filings of the acting director of the ICE field office in St. Paul, according to the Associated Press. In October, Easterwood can also be seen alongside DHS Secretary Kristi Noem at a press conference. A US Department of Justice Assistant Attorney General said on X her agency is investigating federal civil rights violations of the protesters for, quote, desecrating a house of worship and interfering with Christian worshippers. Meanwhile, Black Lives Matter Minnesota co-founder Monique Cullis-Doty said, "We can't sit back idly and watch people go and be led astray." City's Church did not respond for comment on Sunday evening, and Easterwood's personal contact information could not immediately be located for comment.
David Easterwood is a pastor here. He is also the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul. So someone who claims to worship God, teaching people in this church about God, is out there overseeing ICE agents. Think about what we've experienced. The murder of Renee Good at the hands of ICE. A Venezuelan national shot by ICE. A 6-month-old baby who almost died as a result of ICE unleashing military-grade weapons on our community. How dare you claim to be a pastor of God and you are involved in evil in our community?
I think Jesus would be understanding.
We're about worship.
These folks.
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them?
No, church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday, and we were interrupted by this group of protesters. Yeah. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Secretary Noem, for your leadership and for taking the time to join us here today. My name is David Easterwood. I'm the Acting Field Office Director for Enforcement and Removal Operations, ERO St. Paul. I'm honored to lead the officers and staff of ICRO across Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska.
How can you be a pastor of a church, but overseeing ICE agents in the field? So if you Google City's Church, you will see David Easterwood's name there. If you Google him, you will also see him at a press conference that was held by C-SPAN, standing next to Kristi Noem. And also the lawsuit that was filed by the ACLU in December on behalf of 6 Minnesota residents that just went in front of Judge Melendez, and where she put an injunction against ICE for them being able to retaliate against peaceful protesters. His name is in those court documents, again, as the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul. That is unacceptable. How can you be a pastor of a church, but overseeing ICE agents in the field? We know that ICE agents just killed Renee Good. We know that they shot a Venezuelan nationalist. We know that they almost killed a 6-month-old baby in North Minneapolis, as well as terrorized their whole family of 6. Had to send 3 of their children to the hospital, 2 of which had asthma, as they fired tear gas and flashbang grenades at the cars of innocent people. We know that they dragged people out of their cars, out of their homes. They dragged pregnant women. They beaten and attacked immigrants and U.S. citizens. So how dare somebody claim to be a pastor while overseeing evil? Absolutely not.
False prophet.
Absolutely not.
False prophet.
Now you guys heard that pastor pray. Dear Lord, please chasten us to get our house in order. That was the perfect prayer for such a time as this. Because that's what we came to do. Get your house in order. Don't pretend to be a church while harboring evil. Unacceptable. In addition to being a lawyer, I am also an ordained reverend. So I know what the word says. And I know right from wrong.
That's right.
Jesus, who they claim to worship, went into the so-called houses of God. He flipped over tables.
That's right.
Because he said, this is not my Father's house. I don't care what you pretend.
Right.
So that's what we did today. We flipped over a table for truth, justice, and righteousness.
Amen.
Period.
Don't you think until we go to heaven, if you believe in that there should be some sort of peace here on earth, and that people should have agency, and we shouldn't be beating people up off the street, and we should be abiding by the Constitution?
I think that's just a little bit loaded for me right now. A harmless Christian here that wants to praise the Lord with my son, and now I got to go home. I'm sorry that you guys are so angry.
I'm just chronicling. I'm not with the group.
Oh, what do I have to say?
Can you understand why they're angry?
I don't understand any of this, because I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man who loves the Lord and is a good father. So this is what we look forward to, is coming, being with our family and praising Jesus, and that's not something that we have to run away from. So this is kind of a bad day for us. But, we're going to heaven, so that's the best news we got.
Do you understand that some of these folks feel voiceless?
I don't understand, because right now I'm so upset right now. I don't really have I'm thirsty, and I can't think very clearly. So what I want to do is just say, we love you.
Yeah.
My son and I love you guys.
Yeah.
And
I'm a journalist. They're activists.
The simplest thing we can say is that we love you guys.
What do you mean, you guys?
Well, whoever's here in this house.
Okay.
We don't distinguish between Christian and non-Christian. We love everyone, and we want everyone to come to heaven.
Yeah.
We want people to go to heaven.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. We want folks to go to heaven, and if we need to talk about these things, then, this isn't the time for that, really.
But don't you think until we go to heaven, if you believe in that there should be some sort of peace here on earth, and that people should have agency, and we shouldn't be beating people up off the street, and we should be abiding by the Constitution?
I think that's just a little bit loaded for me right now, what you're doing.
Why so?
Well, I don't want to interview right now. I don't want to interview. I just want to tell you guys I love you. I don't need to interview right now, because I want to be with my son. It's Sunday. It's time for rest and for renewal.
Where are they? Like in this car, he's like right on the corner.
And I would like to answer your question. I just can't right now.
I get so sick and tired of these damn liberals telling you half the story, trying to make ICE look bad. So they sit here and tell you that ICE tear gassed a 6-month-old baby, which is true. But what they don't tell you is that officer was suffering from a migraine, and that baby was crying right in his ear. He had it coming. That officer had to be taken to the hospital. They couldn't even treat him with aspirin. They had to go with extra strength Excedrin because of that baby. So, of course he gassed him. The baby assaulted an ICE officer. So don't let these damn liberals get you off your game. Hold strong to what you believe in. We are pro-law and order, we are pro-Trump, and we are pro-life. Because if we just let people abort babies, we won't have any babies to tear gas and deport. WWJD. Who wouldn't Jesus deport?